Thank you, Bina, and hello, everybody. I'm very pleased that today IAFFE will be presenting the second Suraj and Shyama Devi Agarwal Book Prize. The very worthy winners are Gamze Kabder and Yuvuz Yasser for their book on women in Turkey, while Stephanie Barrientos' book on gender and global value chains received honorable mention. So I want to start with my warmest congratulations to all three of you. Now, this is a biennial prize for books in feminist economics that demonstrate new pathways in theory, methodology, empirical analysis, or policy on any aspect of gender in the economy and relating to any part of the world. I established this prize to honor my late parents, and several of you have asked me, what did your parents do? So I'll say a few words about them. My parents were both born in Rajasthan in two villages, barely 15 kilometers apart. Now, Rajasthan is in Northwest India, and it's famous for its palaces, frescoes, sand dunes, and ancient stepwells. And it is on the itinerary of every tourist who visits India. My parents' lives were remarkable journeys. My father came from a family of modest means, but through sheer brilliance and by teaching others as a schoolboy to cover his tuition fees, he was accepted at Allahabad University, which was then counted as one of India's top universities. He studied electrical engineering and rose to the top of the civil service. So he is credited with modernizing India's telecom services and building its nascent electronic industry in the 70s. He also invented the keyboard of the Hindi teleprinter and typewriter, and he was my best friend. So he used to read all my early academic papers, and he would put a symbol of a knot on the margin where something was unclear to him. So it helped me greatly in ensuring clarity in my writings for a general non-economist reader. My mother wanted to be a medical doctor, but had to leave school early due to conservative social norms, which were being Rajasthan. So she completed high school after marriage, strongly encouraged by my father. And as a child, she was a rebel, and she led a small gang of village kids climbing trees or swimming in stepwells. In adulthood, she combined great moral strength with amazing generosity. And that left a mark on all of us as children. Both of them, throughout their lives, supported young women to pursue their dreams of higher education and to chart out a path of intellectual excellence. So I was privileged to be their daughter, and this prize is a small gesture of remembrance. Now, for this prize, Andrea Collins and I worked hard to get publishers to nominate books published over the last 2 years, since this is a biennial prize. And this time round, Routledge, after I spoke to them, was so enthusiastic that it sent 18 of the 26 nominations, others being Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, and Cornell University presses. So Andrea deserves a very special thanks for her tremendous work in pursuing, receiving, and tracking the books and the nominations. So thank you, Andrea, and this is a big virtual clap for you. The prize committee, Stephanie Seguino, who was the chair, and Umarani and Jane Humphreys, took on the heroic task of selecting a winner. Now, it was in fact more than heroic, since they had to read all the books in e-versions because of the uncertain deliveries of hard copies under COVID. So my warmest thanks to them all, and especially to Stephanie, who led the team. Now, none of us we know as feminist economists do feminist economics for writing, for winning prizes, but it is rather nice when we do win one, isn't it? So once again, my warmest congratulations to Gamze, to Yuvuz, and to Stephanie Barrientos. And with those words, let me hand it to our Stephanie, the chair of the jury. Thank you.
Thank you, Bina. Stephanie.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for that introduction, Bina, and thank you for the stories about your parents. That was really moving, and I really appreciate you sharing that. I wanted to say a few more things just about the process to everyone. And in general, I want to say that the number of books we received this time around was actually slightly higher than the first time that this prize was awarded. And I think that speaks to, A, the ability of IAFFE to attract scholars to its endeavors, and B, the richness of the field. So as Bina noted, there were 26 books from 6 different publishers, and the number and the quality of the submissions were testimony to both the health of feminist social science publishing and the honor associated with this prestigious award. So from a strong and richly varied field of a variety of methodologies and topics, we selected 6 books as a short list, and we then came together, and I should say all of those 6 were worthy of being winners themselves. We then came together and did a close second reading of the shortlisted books, and the panel was unanimous in selecting one truly outstanding submission and a further powerful and significant contribution. And with that, let me say something about each of these. So as Bina noted, we're delighted to have selected Gamze Shavdar's and Yavuz Yashar's book, Women in Turkey, Silent Consensus in the Age of Neoliberalism and Islamic Conservatism. One of the things that was outstanding about this book to me and so important is its ability to really use what I would call a feminist political economy lens. The link of both gender analysis to government policies, global economic dynamics, and political systems. And a highly readable book, just a book that we all, as I said, unanimously agreed on to be the winner, and one I encourage you all to read. It's a very rich contribution. We also decided to offer, to select Stephanie Barrientos's book, Gender and Work in Global Value Chains, Capturing the Gains. And I want to say a couple of things about this as well. In my view, you know, in terms of as a development economist and as a macroeconomist, one of the most important things that has happened in the global economic system in the last 20 or so years is the rise of global commodity chains. It really has to reshape the way we do analysis. And Stephanie Barrientos's work in this is such an enormous contribution. I hope from this come new theoretical proposals and empirical work to understand that trade has to be analyzed differently than it has been in the past. Labor has to be analyzed differently, and of course, gender. And in fact, I just received an email before this meeting of a new publication on the impact of COVID on global commodity chains, and in particular, the economic insecurity largely felt by women who are segregated in the lower ends of global commodity chains. So I want to thank Stephanie for her contribution as well. And I want to thank all of the authors. And I know that all of them are here. And so I wonder if Gamze and Yavuz and Stephanie could wave to everyone in the audience so that you can see them all. And I will note also that after this, this session, that Gamze and Yavuz will be presenting their work at a 12:30 session. So thank you all. Thanks for the honor of being on this committee. And thank you so much, Bina, for funding this prize.